There goes Ada. And we've got another district in my capital. In fact, I can put another 2 districts in my capital, which is beautiful. I think I want at least one encampment or a harbor. Maybe a harbor? Build a harbor and a canal out of the city? Or a preserve. Actually, a preserve would make really good tiles out of these terrible ones to the south. It's such a rogue choice, but I'm absolutely going to do it for the housing. In you go. Another district. I think I do want a campus in this city, don't I? It would be a shame not to have one. This is a really good tile. I'm going to remove the tile. Sometimes you have to admit that the coal power plant is doing more for you than any tile could. This is city number 20, which is kind of the goal that I had got to when I first started settling this. This is really cool. Teddy's Ursa. Once all of these cities pop their trade routes out, we're going to be laughing. I keep forgetting that I have this regional bonus, literary culture. Campus buildings provide great writer points and have a slot for great works of writing. I mean, how many great writer points am I actually getting? 11. It's not the biggest bonus, but it's something I could have been using this whole time. Got a lot of spaces for great works of writing anyway, so we're going to start building these up. These all do give me science because of Anshan. Might as well make use of it, you know? All of my trade routes are now up to 6 science, 6 culture. We'll finish this campus. It will all improve. More lighthouses. Keep the trade routes appearing. More trade routes. More finished bombers and more finished harbors. Oh yes, this is all wonderful. If only I had the actual gold to buy the traders. Oh wait, no, that's right. I'm filthy rich with coal. It's all good. I've managed to reduce the walls of Canberra to a slightly lower level now that I have pillaged a lot of the districts. Walls are now beginning to go down. It's going to be tough to take all of these cities, but I am patient. I am nothing if not patient. And by that I mean, of course, I am one of the least patient people you've ever seen play this game. City 21, Shishton. There's a lot of burned woods over here, so this should be pretty good. Should be able to stack quite a bit of stuff up as we go. This barb encampment is spitting ironclads out at a rate of about 1 every 3 turns. I'm actually fairly impressed. Maybe I can actually get submarines from them as well. That's terrifying. All of my trade routes are now worth 7 science and culture, up to 390 science, 51 text to 42, still 9 behind. I'm trying to accelerate, I am, but it's difficult to catch up with the momentum of the AI here. And the bombers keep flying in. We have kind of reached a point though, where our bombers can only hit so hard and we can only get 3 in range of Australia. So aircraft carriers are definitely something we want to go towards as quickly as possible. That's why we're beelining to research labs. I really want to get as much science as possible to really push through. That's over 400 science, by the way. That's good. Finally starting to hit these thresholds, these little markers of success. Toma, oh, all the places to settle, Portugal. That's not a good one. This is good. AI is fixing districts. This campus is being fixed. This harbor's being fixed. There's a campus being built there. It's like they want me to pillage more stuff. I like this a lot. Golden age for Australia, fine. We're not going to be settling a huge amount now. I think we're going to go heartbeat of steam. No, to arms. Of course, we're industrializing Japan. Yes, this is our shady phase. This is our naughty phase. We're going to start getting rather spicy with world politics. Libraries and universities are now finishing everywhere. Even starting to build a couple of observation balloons. Any particular reason? No. They just are. I feel like if I don't build them now, I will never build them because I always forget to build them. Also going to start getting conservation, so we need to make sure that I've marked out some spaces for national parks. Like this is a really good one. There's some up in this mountain range as well, no doubt. As much happiness as we can get. It's a really good use of faith because I don't have a lot that my faith does at the moment. Oh, now the digger is going to try attacking me. Okay. Cheeky. I have a bomber running on it, so it's not too bad. Counter spying is all very well and good, but that's conservation. Diplomatic League, you go back in briefly. It pains me to lose Raj, but I can go 1, 2, 3 onto Bologna and suzerain to get myself some more great people points for more science, and then I'm going to put 2 more envoys into Bologna. That means I've now got 2 city-states with 6 envoys in science, which means my research labs will have a +6 bonus, which is amazing. Absolutely what I would love to see. My first spot for a naturalist. Yep, that'll be a good national park. There'll be a lot of others, I'm sure, especially over here. And more lighthouses. I increase my lighthouse family. Still 4 trade routes that I can send all the way back to my capital. Excellent stuff. That's what you want to see. More aid requests are going through now. Portugal is just involved in all of them. Portugal is now on 9 points. We need to make sure that Portugal actually doesn't get Statue of Liberty. That could be bad news if they do. 12 science on a university? Yeah. Okay, there's some good university yields on this map now. National Park number 1. So this will give retrospect 2 amenities, but the 4 closest cities +1 as well, which just locks in the happiness to my capital. Helps it to grow. We need another district as soon as possible on that one. Walls are down on Canberra. Right. Now I can look to start to whittle down so that we've got a bit of an invasion force. I'm going to need a lot stronger troops than I've got at the moment. I don't really have a ground invasion force, like at all. Oh, chemistry. That could be a good ground invasion force. Anti-tank crews. Well, a lot of cities are now going to be building research labs as soon as possible. My second national park. Make me happy. Make everyone happy. You were legally mandated to. More trade routes. Got a campus finished there. Next turn, we've got a research lab finished there next turn. We've got a library. I think 500 science might be hit next turn if I'm lucky. Up to 5th. We're only 7 techs behind America now. Sure, America is going to space. As we all know, America can into space. However, I think I like my odds a little bit. We'll see how we go. There's Melbourne. I think this is going to be a take for me. We'll see if this triggers an emergency. It might trigger an emergency. Keep the city. Move over Victor. -11. Okay, Perth is now next. Actually, this city cannot starve itself. That'll help. -7. That's way better. See, you don't need to starve yourself. It's all good. Now we'll go for Perth and then for Canberra. With ballistics and urbanization, you can see we've now gone to 523. That's the 500 barrier by turn 166. We are now still within 7 techs, but most importantly, we are now getting to aircraft carriers. Oh, what a world that'll be. What a magnificent, wonderful world that will be. Perth is pretty much flattened. Do I just borrow Brussels' army? That's an anti-tank crew. It's a core as well. That's very, very powerful. Yeah, I'll borrow that. Thank you very much. Take the era score at the same time. Adelaide. Is that a new settle? I remember seeing that. We'll take it. Any coastal city that I can grab sounds like a good deal to me. We have reached that very unfortunate point where raid is no longer giving us anything because we have raided everything. Alas, we'll have to put forced modernization in because I think we can get some good boosts from my government and colonial taxes, you say? Well, seeing as I've got a lot on different continents now, that could be very tasty. I'm gonna sacrifice liberalism for invention, and I actually now want to think about rushing nuclear program as soon as I can because science foundations. Oh, now this will give me some really cool stuff like Goddard, like Einstein. We don't want to miss out on anything like that. We might actually have to start rushing some projects here. But this is what I was talking about before. 2 field cannons. Well, luckily, here's a nice core, and there's another one. There's Scorched Earth. Then we immediately rock into mobilization. 3 cores in my military. I'm sure we can do that, probably. Let's prepare for a huge amount of science as all these research labs start finishing by going 1, 2, 1, 2. Now a finished research lab is worth 15 science, I believe, when I finish it. That's a nice amount of science. Yum. Oh, you're getting a little bit desperate now, Curtin, aren't you? You want peace so that I can declare war on you and you can get your production bonus. No, no. No, 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 no. Oh, Curtin, you started this. You started this repeatedly, and now I'm finishing it because I am now not very far off my superpower. Aircraft carriers. Japanese aircraft carrier fleet. Yes. You better be fearful, Curtin. You better be fearful. So we have 1 ironclad that can take Adelaide and 1 that can take Perth. Now, loyalty again is going to be incredibly bad. Incredibly bad because as long as Canberra and Ballarat exist, 16 and 21 population, it's brutal. -12, -15, -7. Okay, actually, this one's not so bad. Adelaide's not so bad. Victor will help a little bit, but not a lot. Oh dear. We're gonna have to sort that out in our own time. If I can take Canberra next turn, I think we might have the loyalty here. Plus, Canberra does have the spaceport. Let's not forget that. It also has a slightly unfortunate wonder. You know, I can see university, but I mean, I can't raise it. It's a capital, so we're gonna have to just stomach it. Makes me feel physically unwell, but we're gonna have to stomach it. These digger armies are absolutely terrifying. Every time I look at their stats, I'm just like, oh, that's 107, and they get +15 if they're attacking me on the coast. It's not right. It's not right. My bombers barely scratch them because they're just not built for it. I think the best thing we can do is just bypass them, which I don't think is going to to inherently work here. Victor is now in place, so we've got a little bit more time. Starting to build up a couple of cores. There we go. Mobilization is now boosted. This cursor is a little bit stronger. Research labs finishing. 600 science. Amazing. Oh, all of my alliances have expired as well. Beautiful. I think currently we're going to attack Australia with all of my bombers and aircraft carriers. Then my aircraft carrier army will go and attack Sweden, who I have no relation with. And then we'll go down and attack Russia. I don't think I need to worry about the rest of the allies for now. America is the one going to space, but America is also a level 2 ally, so that would start a world war. I think I'm going to attack them last. Plus, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's going to get lost pretty quick if I don't renew this cultural alliance. So we'll just keep, I think keeping the alliances. This works well. When it all comes crashing down and the world war begins, well, at that point, we'll just say, it was inevitable. I have to specifically make sure that Canberra is down to exactly 0 health. I cannot risk this cursor attacking with anything less because I'm pretty sure it will die immediately. But look, I have some health after that attack. Wha-bam! That is a huge take. This is an amazing city. It's 15 population. It gives me a bunch of boosts. I can sort the food out. That'll help. I can't sort the food out because everything's broken. Never mind. Loyal, loyal, and loyal. Yay! Isn't that just a lot better? Nelson, I'm not really going to use you at the moment, so there's another lighthouse and we can have a look and see which are the best routes once again. Actually, routes to Canberra are even better because this actually has 8 districts in this city. Wow, that complicates things. I'll send them from my own cities for now, then at least I get full yield. 745 all of a sudden. That's a lot of science. Oh, we actually did get Einstein. Oh, that's amazing. Enough people must have skipped to just pick him up. Brilliant. That's even better research labs. We've got so good research labs here. In fact, I can give this city a free one. Actually, no, it doesn't give it a free one. It just makes them better. Let's see how much this gives my empire. 19 science, 5 when powered. Bam, 789 science. Research labs are suddenly doing quite a bit for me. Yeah, fair play. Fair play. Oh, that's a big peace deal. No. You see, Japan is conquering for strategic resources. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 sources of aluminium here. That's too many. That's too many. I've only got 1 source, and that's already giving me 4 per turn. Actually, no, it's 2 city-state sources, isn't it? Still, you know what I mean. Imagine if I had another 4. That would mean with the card, I could get another 12 planes in the air, and I could have the most ridiculous aircraft fleet imaginable. That's what I would like. That's what I want to see. In fact, along those lines, I'm going to start dropping 2 promotions into Armani because I would like foreign investor, which gives me an extra copy of the aluminium of which I am getting from Brussels. It's another 2 planes. Hey, you can't say that that's not worth it. Now, can I strike Ballarat? No, not at the moment. I've got to bring my aircraft in. You just wait. When I have a navy, when I can start wrapping this stuff around, it's going to be great. Steel walls now mean these diggers are no longer anywhere near as effective as they once were. You can bash into my steel walls as much as you like. It won't help you. It won't help you much. Still dropping the occasional national park down as well. This is just helping my cities to be a little happier. They deserve to be happy, you know. Uh-oh, that's a little bit of flooding. I hope I didn't lose too much because I did not check. That is the campus that I was planning on getting there. Oh, oil apparently has been revealed as well. We do have at least 1 source of oil. Good. And I have 10 results of it. That is a city center and mausoleum. 2 city centers and mausoleum. All right. I actually might need to go for computers faster than I thought to protect my cities, which is unfortunate. I'm going to have to just divert her quickly. But then we'll go for the aircraft carrier. I think it makes sense to do that. What I don't want to happen is just for everything to flood. If it does, I feel like everything is going to go pear-shaped very quickly. Ballarat's probably going to take about 5 turns to batter down. I need more bombers. Just more stuff generally. More tools. More things to throw at people. A migration treaty. I'm going to possibly go for +5 loyalty per turn. I might get overruled on that one, but this would help domination quite considerably. I'd take a population hit, but this feels like a very Tokugawa thing to do. Ban people from my own cities. I'm going to vote for ranged because I don't want the diggers getting a bonus. And Nobel Prize in Literature, I think I'm possibly the last person for that. Oh no, I am getting some writer points, I guess. That counts. -5 loyalty per turn. Now 76 votes on that. And a bunch of people were voting for me as well. So yeah, I wouldn't have been able to influence it either way. So this is going to make domination a little bit harder, but it will boost growth in some of my cities. So there are wins here. All right, let's see how bad this flood barrier thing is on level 2 climate change. It obviously gets more and more expensive as environmental disasters get worse. Well, some of my cities don't even need them. That's a good sign. Others do. 2 and only take a couple of turns. 3 turns. 12? That's more of a problem. All right, might have to rush this one. It's only a tiny tile though. 24? That's more of a problem. All right, legally trash might need a hand. 26 flower power. What's going on? Oh, quite a bit. All right, none of the land my districts are on, but we'll keep an eye on that one. Okay, Superstivo was just founded in a bad place. Wolfman, yep, this entire peninsula is just about to sink. Perth, a little bit. Canberra desperately needs it as well. Bimothy, Clint. Oh, Clint needs. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a lot of sinkage. Skeptical Bear might just be able to hold on, as well. I'm sure it'll be fine. Although, if you start killing my stuff, I'm not going to be happy. All known is looking a little sinky. That's not too bad, though. Okay, you know what? I've seen worse. That's fine. Foreign investor. More aluminium, please. I want more planes. I want them now. Except ideology. I just finished a theater square in this city, and now all of my trade routes are now on eat science, eat culture. That is rather lovely, and another city has flipped over here. Guess we should do some renaming. Poppy Dude 32. The great niter fields of this continent. Look at all this. Yes, please. I'll send a trader from here as well. That'd be awesome. Jono is in Melbourne. Civilized is in Perth. Flying Dutch Burbs is in Adelaide. And Canberra has become Professor Paul's School for Spies, which sort of makes sense given the, the presence of this. Oh dear. Makes me sick looking at it. Ugh. 2 more aluminium though. We've now got 6 coming in per turn. That means I do need to be focused on getting some more bombers out. Bombers are, of course, the workhorses of our nation. The Japanese Air Force is going to be a thing to fear. Probably won't, to be fair. Goodbye, Ballarat. Another big pickup for Japan. Yes. Repair those walls as fast as possible. We'll dish out as little damage as we can do with our city strikes because these diggers are ridiculous, but the steel walls are holding them back at the moment. I'm feeling confident about this city. Welcome, Mecha Bear. This is yours. Look after it. No pressure, but if it falls, I'll know who to blame. Combined arms boosted with this new little ironclad armada I made. Probably could have made something more useful, but aircraft carriers have almost been unlocked now. We're so close. So close to Hobart. Keep pushing forward. Keep striking. This is where the next source of aluminium is. Switch to 5-year plan. And liberalism. It's a weird choice of government bonuses there, but there you go. And resource management's going in as well. We are going to get an armada. We're going to get an air force aircraft carriers. We've unlocked them. Do we have any uranium? Yep, that bit's sunk though. So Clint, you got to dig that out of the sea, and there's a castle on top of that stuff. Slightly concerning all round. Never mind. Rocketry into satellites. We'll work out what we need to do from there. How's America doing with its space race? It's on the moon. Hasn't got nanotech yet. Neither does Portugal. Portugal is on the way to the moon. So we are still very much in third. 3 techs behind though. Our science per turn has now begun to rival the AIs. Lovely. That's exactly what you want to see. Well, let's unlock the naughty government first. 50% production towards units and +5 combat strength is huge. We'll get the legacy card, and then we'll flip over to communism, and then we can put collectivization in to make our trade routes even better. Not because it's the best, it's just because it's fun. Something you're kind of legally obliged to do when you're playing Japan. Oh dear, some cities are very much flooding now. It's an entire industrial zone lost. Oh dear, oh dear. I might need to start sending some military engineers over to expedite this a little bit. We still have enough stuff that isn't sunk, but it's suppressing my ability to exist a little bit, I won't lie. Never mind, let's just keep invading Hobart. I'm sure this will somehow help. Thing is, this invasion is a lot of fun. And don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun. It's not necessarily helping me win because America is the one that is shooting ahead right now. And so our evil arc begins. Let's flip over. We now have a lot more unit production and a lot more flexible a government. Resource management still remains absolutely useless because we haven't got our own. I keep thinking it will improve city-state aluminium. It does not. Third alternative, force modernization. I'll pop in drill manuals and then also logistics, but it's Navy. Navy's really what I want to be building right now. Oh, that +5. It's good. It helps a lot. Now we can dismantle these walls just a little bit faster. I am also still getting things like bombers in. Delicious. Lovely. There's an aid request this time, but Portugal started it. Good to know. Means they can't get points themselves. They're on 11. That's why I am rushing, amongst other things, Statue of Liberty. There you go. I just did not want Portugal to get it. Didn't even really want it, to be honest with you. Here's Tesla. I might as well recruit. I was afraid of that. Okay, there's nothing we could have done to stop it, unfortunately, but Shah will be taken. Probably Goddard and Alto as well. Goddard I really did want. Never mind. We'll just have to manage. Oh, that's so clever. Australia has pillaged the aluminium on that tile. Oh, cheeky. That means Brussels is no longer giving it to me. Ah, man. We really need to take Hobart as soon as we can then. My planes are out of aluminium. We've got no oil. All of my docks are being pillaged around the world as well by Barbs. This is not good. Our bombers are going to do what they can. Without aluminium, they are severely down on power. They're very promoted though. We got some era score from killing things, but I don't even have any oil, so my tank can't take Hobart. That is ridiculous. Oh man, we have scuttled ourselves by losing all of the strategic resources. I'm gonna have to go telecommunications into plastics and get some offshore oil, which luckily I've got, but yes, Japan has no natural resources. What is this? Some sort of ridiculous realism simulator. The invasion is needed. We must take Australia. We just met more of the map, creating some more city-states. Nothing too exciting for me, but I believe that was my military alliance expanding. Actually, this is fun. Nuclear submarine. Now we got a whole pack of them. That means that my ranged attacks on my cities are now crazy powerful. Yes, we can finally clear all these bits and pieces. Fix that aluminium. Okay, the aluminium situation should be sorted now. I can now get professional sports in to get myself aquatic centers, which are going to extend to huge amounts of my cities. And we've got aircraft carriers being finished now as well. Finally, it's all starting to come together. Also, Newcastle doesn't look anywhere near as protected, so let's start bombing this instead. I mitigated a flood. I can do it every now and then. Oh, everyone was so proud of me. Plastics, offshore oil rigs. Teddy's Ursa has a bunch of oil. Yes, means my tank will now work. We've also got the aircraft carriers, the beginnings of a navy. Build more. Hello, Newcastle. You are mine. Loyalty is not so great here. The location is beautiful. So I built my tier 3 government plaza building, which means we can now switch to communism. A little bit of a different government going on here now. Resource management goes in with forced modernization, drill manuals, 5-year plan, liberalism, collectivization, colonial taxes, and Republican legacy. Although saying that, it's this legacy card I want, isn't it? Alright, we need more government slots. We're probably going to skip straight to tier 4, but for a little while, my trade routes are now going absolutely mental. Okay, I riskily tried to refuel my tank there by killing a farm, which was fine, but then Australia used a bunch of diggers and a fighter and blew it up in one turn. That was a miscalculation. Yet again, I have no land army. My air, my navy, brilliant. Land army, pretty lacking. What am I going to deploy? Get a helicopter in on the scene? That might work. That kind of counts as air, doesn't it? In my own way. Just drop into jet bombers briefly. This is finally the time I can hit Hobart, like 10 turns after I originally should have done. Yes, the helicopter now does what I need it to do. Bam, city's taken. Let's keep it. Let's immediately fix the walls and try and feed the place. Use our city defenses to just destroy a bunch of stuff. And thus, we progress to Sydney. Don't worry about it, Sydney. Your integration into my empire will be relatively painless. Relatively, of course, being the term. And not only have I picked up some more oil, but we now have this source of aluminium. It's another 3 planes. Another 3 planes. Oh no, 2 population lost in my capital. That's a shame. That was just about to get its 9th district. Random settlement by Norway there. Okay, you want to give me another city? Sure. This is so annoying though. Which direction is that going in? Southwest. Okay, Schiestem might be in trouble here, but maybe my other cities will be alright. We've got 9 aluminium per turn now, and our first jet bombers. These things have absurd range. We like absurd range. Another 2 aircraft carriers. Some more jet bombers for a little bit. This will make my empire a lot happier, hopefully. I think tech-wise, 61 techs to my 63. Yeah, we've actually taken the lead. We just have no space projects at the moment, which is slightly concerning. Let's unlock Mars Colony. Try and work this out in a bit. Oh yeah, that hurricane has ripped through everything. Oh, I love these things. So good. So good. Took another population out of my capital as well. Blimey, that's 5 pop. 5 pop it's killed. Super harsh. Go on, Sydney. Join my empire. Yes. Excellent. No one can resist for long. Rockhampton, 2 more sources of aluminium here. Is my entire economy based on oil? No, not my entire entire economy, but is a good chunk of it based on oil? Absolutely it is. And I am not even sorry, because I need bombers. More and more and more, please. I also would love it if these diggers would get out of my lands. Please, you are being frustrating now. No, when you are beaten, please retreat. Tell you what, the sooner I get Australia out of this game, the better. In fact, Rockhampton can almost be blitzed in the same turn. Oh, not quite, but my bombers are now obviously at 120 strength with fascism as a boost. I think I was saying before that I wanted to get Wars of Religion in because this should be genuinely quite useful. I should have put this in before, but I think I actually follow a different religion to Australia. Yeah, I do, and I think I'm going to continue to because I follow the religion of Harold. Harold has very much converted me. He actually converted a lot of Australia as well, so I will get that bonus against Sweden. This is amazing. Oh, Harold, best ally ever. I wish city attacks benefited from Wars of Religion. Feels like the sort of thing that city attacks should benefit from. Never mind. As you can see, Rockhampton is now looking like it has a little bit of a headache, and there is a way through for my helicopter, which I will now try and take, which gives me 2 more sources of aluminium. We are now aluminiumed everywhere. Yeah, that's right. My capital now has a spaceport. I'm going to start launching this sort of stuff kind of because it's there and because I can. Always so satisfying when you can just steal an enemy city and immediately use its ranged attack to clear enemy troops. It's like, nope, you don't get to keep any of this. Sorry. Maitland is the next target because, again, this has another source of aluminium. We need our resources. It's actually got 2 sources of oil as well. Oh, even better. Thank you, Australia, for all of your oil. I'm sure they always intended to give it to me. Like, this clearly was on their agenda. 3 envoys now into Hong Kong because I want 20% production towards city projects. That means I can space even faster than before. If there's anything I would like to do, it's space faster. Oh, yes. Look at this, though. My carrier fleet. It has made its way up to the north, and we will be able to start striking at Sweden very, very soon. This little peninsula, all of this oil. This is what I need. This is what I need. You could argue, Ursa, you haven't even extracted all the oil out of the ground that you have already. And to that I say, shush. That has nothing to do with anything. I don't sit here listening to that sort of logic willingly. If you ever wanted to see proof, that was on 5 turns before the Earth satellite, so joining Hong Kong absolutely has helped. As you can see as well, we've got 12 food now on trade routes to my capital. That's pretty ridiculous. One of the big issues and worries I have at the moment. Look where nanotech is on the tech tree. There are actually 2 different paths that are required to be spun off from nanotech. So 4 future era techs in that first line, and 2 of them are nanotechnology. That means the AI is very likely to pick up nanotechnology very quickly. We're already on turn 193. Yes, I know we are currently rocking pretty well. I know we just got nanotechnology ourselves, but nanotech absolutely is needed to get through to the end stages of the tech tree. That's really worrying because the AI, we've already got Portugal on the moon, America on the moon, Byzantium is also on the moon. It's gonna really quickly spiral. So yes, in this particular war, I'm doing very good. I am fighting now for space. We are expanding across the map. Have we left this too late? Are we gonna have to do something drastic? Is Japan gonna have to do the unthinkable on America to win? I don't know. I don't know is the answer, but I'm gonna have to start running some projects here. I think this could potentially go in multiple different ways. At any rate, we did have 15 aluminium coming in per turn. Now we have 18. Let's just take Townsville, Brisbane, Geelong, and Toowoomba. That's possibly one of the best named cities. We caught Australia right at the correct moment here because they are starting to put down a lot of aerodromes. They were going to attack newer planes and they had a ton of aluminium. If we hadn't have moved when we did, this would have got very spicy very, very quickly. Surprise second helicopter. You didn't expect that, did you? Haha. Also, Sweden is beginning to win a cultural victory with some extremely high-powered rock bands. Portugal is 11 points to the good on a Diplo victory. I feel a little bit of worry here. I honestly think we're starting to run out of time. At least Sweden picked up that aid request. Okay, that slows them down a little bit. Here is Space Race. We'll pick this up, then we can get to globalization for e-commerce, strategic air force. That's the the one. Air units and carriers. That is strategic indeed. It's exactly where we want to be with our modern day Japanese military. That helicopter, by the way, got 15 experience in one attack. That is mad. Like, it leveled up literally the first attack. Ow, doesn't feel right at all. I really don't think you get my idea of peace, Curtin. You brought this upon yourself by attacking me. Let me just think about this. Not once, twice. That's right, you declared war on me twice. What do you expect? Surely a hawk of war should understand that these things happen. There goes the Earth satellite. Don't worry, AI. I'm coming to get you. I've even got myself another great writer. Hey! That gives me an envoy because of my regional bonus. I keep forgetting about that, but it is genuinely very good. I reckon that bonus could be very fun on a smaller map. Oh, another writer. I got 2 writers. I must have just had a bunch of points saved up. Amazing. Fine. They're all still giving me science and culture, and I've actually got a ridiculous amount of tourism. Tourism-wise, we're doing okay. Not good enough, but it's okay. I fancy being on the moon. Take me to the moon. The aliens, they come from the moon. Venture politics has been boosted because I now have uranium in 2 different spots. Ah, yes. That'll help with stable geopolitics, I'm sure. I'm very trustworthy. I can be given all the uranium. No one minds. Like, super trustworthy. Like, don't even worry about it levels of trustworthy with the world's uranium. Actually, can I make an army here? Yeah, I can. Okay, that thing's pretty tough. It won't survive too many digger attacks, so I'm just going to have to use my bombers a little bit to clear these out. Not that that's too difficult. Okay, and Australia's pretty much dealt with now, which means I am now going to start loading up my aircraft carriers. Here we go. This is the bit of the game I've been looking forward to. Let's move everyone across to the aircraft carriers. Australia has a lot of industrial zones and a lot of campuses, but one thing they are lacking, annoyingly, trade routes. I was hoping by moving to 34 cities I'd be on close to 34 trade routes. No, I'm still sticking around that 23 barrier. It's one of the few annoying things about Japan, because you don't have a specialist harbour or commercial hub. It does take a little bit of time for the trade routes to come out of new cities. Like Poppy Dude, for instance, has been working on this harbour for some time. I haven't micromanaged it possibly as much as I could have done. If I'd been spending a lot of gold on builders and tiles and things like that, I'm just going to ignore you for a second, then maybe I could have chopped this sort of stuff out just a little bit quicker. Honestly, it's all good. All new traders, by the way, I'm sending from my capital. Again, not the most optimized. Old traders can still go to my capital because these routes are ridiculous, but no, we are starting to send routes now from my capital purely because it's helping with the production on my space projects. Oh look, it's Australia's other unique unit. It's so late game, I forget that this actually exists. The SASR. Strong Mobile Australian Mechanized Infantry. Upgrades from the Digger. 5 combat strength when fighting on desert or plains. 91 melee strength, so even stronger as well. Hey, that's really quite good. 96 strength, that would be 113 in an army on desert or plains. Yeah, fine. Australia is a late game beast. Fair play to you. Fair play to you. Oh yeah, sorry about that. My spy is no more. I'm going to leave 1 jet bomber here. All of my other jet bombers. Make your way over to Invasion Force Alpha, Beta, Gamma, whatever it's called. It's an invasion force of some kind. We're going to trigger a world war here. We're going to trigger an emergency, the likes of which we have not seen in some time. But hey, sometimes you got to get ready. Sometimes you just got to be ready for the crunch. And more spies are going to counter-spy in my nation. Let's spy everything good. Let's make sure the city is as happy as it could be. Legally, it must be happy. It is required by Ursa law. These are really good routes for my capital. Extra food, extra production. Come on, capital. You're capable of great things here. I'm actually going to make sure you just get that sewer in place quickly so that you can continue growing. Another district is needed. I need a seaport or I need a military academy in this city. Then we will get our boost from integrated space cell when we get that one. Globalization, strategic air force. 1 turn from Japanese super robots. That's right. Today we will be having a Godzilla-esque fight with somebody. Who knows who it'll be? Probably America, let's be honest. America, Japan, Godzilla, super robot fight. This is the sort of stuff that this channel gives you. Never complain. Never complain, I say. Oh, I tell you what though, who would really help here? John Roebling. 1 amenity and 2 housing for the city in my capital 3 times. Is 6 housing, 3 amenities. That could get Baradur popping off as by far the biggest city in the world. I actually have no idea what the biggest city of the world is going to be. Tyre is 21 population. Norway only goes to 19. Mongolia Tokugawa has a 21 as well. So their capital is 21. Lisbon, 17, but 18, 18, 17. Portugal with some very big population. Russia has a 20, a 16, and 18. It's spread quite far. Kumasi, I feel like that isn't Russian. I'm just going to put that out there. Constantinople with a 17. Washington with a 20. Sweden, well, no one lives in Sweden. Sweden is low on population. So yeah, my 17 population doesn't stack up too well. 21 is the most this map has. I think we can get to that point though. I think we can fight for the biggest population city in the world. I think we can get there. We have the power if we just believe. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, The Nickerman, Daddy Bear Todd, Toon General, Civilized, Kappa Yobby Virani, The Uncivil Engineer, Lillian, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Bukaluke 79, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Hal Carnassus, Morax, Synikush, Echo Bear, Deja Fu, Kovuwu, Legally Trash, Is This Live, Twin Cam Inferno, Martin S, Minnow, Sorted Dutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Flower Power Bear, Poppy Dude. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye!